Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome. We are live on the webinar, the online workshop. Let's see. Let me see who is inside of the chat right here. All right. That means we're live. I can see myself on the screen. Good to see everybody here. All right. All right. So let me see. You might be watching this in different platforms. You actually might be watching this on a YouTube Live, Facebook Live, or you're right inside of our online workshop. Whatever it is, welcome. Welcome. So let me see in the chat here. Hey, what's up? Hey, good to see you guys. Howard. Yeah, we got Canada in the house. Let's see who else we got. Let me go to our YouTube stream here. Let's see. We got people from Georgia, West Coast, LA, Florida, New York. Let's see, Texas, Washington. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody here. All right. So let's see here. Okay. Well, welcome. My name is Ray Kakuda. I'm broadcasting live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Normally, I'm doing this from Honolulu, Hawaii, but we also have a home in Las Vegas. So we're here for a while, and we're enjoying the awesome weather over here. And now here's what you want to do. You want to definitely stick with me to the end of this online workshop, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back the curtain, and I'm going to reveal to you some really cool stuff. I'm going to show you exactly how you can apply some very simple steps and get on the internet and leverage the power of the internet and to generate an online income. And you probably saw some things on Facebook. You probably saw something on Instagram, YouTube that talked about how ordinary people are generating a full-time income leveraging these simple steps. And that's exactly what I'm going to be revealing to you. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have a pen. Where's my pen? Right here. Make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper and things you can take notes on, because I'm going to be flying through a bunch of numbers. I'm going to be showing you a whole bunch of things, and I promise you, right, if you pay attention and watch this all the way to the end, you're going to realize that this is on the cutting edge. All right. So I'm going to be very respectful of your time here, because I totally understand that you have carved out time to be here tonight. And I'm going to take that very, very seriously. And I'm going to give you as much information as possible in the short time we have. So let me get my screen set up. You should see the endless tunnel right here of Google. And let me get to my, my presentation. Boom. You should see my screen. It says welcome. That's my name, Ray. And actually, that picture is when I was speaking on stage in front of a live audience in Honolulu, Hawaii. We had a big seminar. And there's a bunch of people in the room, lots of entrepreneurs that were looking to break into the online space. And I was actually giving some tips and some shortcuts to them on how they could do that. Now, you're probably here, like I said earlier, because you saw something on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, those kind of things. And you might have downloaded one of our free reports that talked about how you can leverage the internet. And if you got the free report and the free download, congratulations, right? That's going to actually help you and give you more information on how you can actually break into the space and leverage social media. Now, this online workshop, I'm actually going to show you how to effortlessly earn an income online without wasting precious time and energy. Because once you understand the simple steps, it becomes very, very easy to start an online business. So my goal tonight is to take you from struggle to victory, whatever that may be. Maybe your struggle is financial. Maybe your struggle is lack of time. Whatever that is, my goal is to take you from where you're at to a winning position. And if you stick with me to the end, you'll discover the secret of how to earn an income online and on demand while you sleep. So what makes this different? Maybe you're someone who's been searching on the internet, and you probably may be bombarded with a whole bunch of data and a lot of information. And you're probably here watching this and asking yourself, okay, so what makes this different? Well, the best way I can explain that to you is to kind of give you some background on myself. And by the way, that's a picture of my wife and my daughter and I. We're on a plane traveling. I forget where we're going, maybe to Maui or something. But I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii, and was born in a real conservative family, real traditional. And I had great parents. But my parents always taught me to, go to school, get a good education, get a good job, and everything would be great. Unfortunately, I just couldn't find my way, right? I just did not get into that school thing, So I dropped out of college and I joined the Army. And that was probably one of the best decisions I made, is that I joined the Army and I was in there for about 8 years. And I got out and I climbed the corporate ladder, and I stayed in the telecom industry for the next 25 years. And over time, I've been named the Godfather, not because I'm involved in the mafia or anything, but because I've been around and I've done a lot of things. I've built successful offline and online businesses in the realms of 8 figures. I've helped hundreds of people build strong and profitable businesses, and I've helped many retire. I've been able to travel the world living what I call the laptop lifestyle, where I can bring my laptop and connect to the internet and literally run a 6-figure business on the internet, all from the laptop. And what that means is we're not geographically bound to any particular location. And today I'm inspired to help others do the same. So along the way, I've done a lot of things right and I've done a lot of things wrong. And after doing this for the last 4 years and building a 6-figure online business, I found that most people think creating an income online is hard. In fact, most people just don't know where or how to start. And most people are making it way too difficult when in fact it is extremely simple. And I've discovered this the hard way. And here's the great thing. You get to cheat and get the easy way. So what's the hard way? Well, buying complicated high-end training and buying, oh my gosh, there is a lot of them out there, Trust me, I've seen it. I've seen them all. And spending hundreds of hours trying to learn the stuff and trying to absorb it all and really having to do it all on your own. And because there's so many moving pieces when it comes to starting an online business, most people get frustrated and quit, just like that picture here, right, with the guy punching a hole through his laptop. But wait, trust me, there is an easier, faster, and better way. You see, I often hear from people who are really unhappy and struggling in their current situation and want to create something better and different for themselves and their family, but they just don't know how. And I can totally relate because that was me just a few years ago. I'm going to share with you what I call my line in the sand moment. And basically what that line in the sand moment is, I'm going to get as transparent as possible. I'm just going to kind of fillet myself open and share with you this. My line in the sand moment is when something happened in my life that just dropped me, that just rocked me. And it really made me question what I was doing in life, if it was worth it. And for me, because when I was stuck in the rat race, I was working 7 days a week, 15-hour days. And I was getting totally burnt out. Now, don't get me wrong. I was making good money. I was making over 100 grand a year in my job. And, we had the nice house on the hill, 3 BMWs in the garage, beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean. But gosh, guys, I was in pain. I had become a part-time father and a distant husband. And that's not where I expected to be in life. You know what I'm saying? So because I was working so much, I'd always come home late. I would get home, because I was in charge of all these different retail locations. I get home as a norm, maybe like 7, 8 o'clock at night. I remember this one particular evening. It was about 8:30 in the evening. I remember coming home just exhausted, just beat up from the day. Any of you ever had that happen to you where you just would come home just exhausted and just totally beat up? And that was just one of those days for me. And I remember coming home just exhausted and walking up the stairs and going to my daughter's bedroom. She was 3 months old. She had just been born. And as I stood there over her crib, watching her sleep, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It was like someone punched me in the gut. I couldn't even remember the last time I picked her up and carried her because I was always working. I was never home. And right there and then, I realized that I couldn't see myself doing that for the next 20 to 30 years of my life and ending up a statistic, right? Ending up an absentee father and a non-existent husband. And I made a decision right there and then that I needed to change and I needed to do something different. If I was going to get different results in my life, I had to change the actions that I was putting into my life. Because if I kept doing the same thing, I would keep getting the same results. I was self-aware of that. And I started looking. And I found it on the internet. And over the past few years, I've been able to escape the rat race and create a 95% done-for-you system. And this system is designed for the newest person getting started. That's you. And you can earn while you learn, meaning you can generate an income as you're learning how to build a business on the internet. Because once you have access to the right system, support, and mentorship, honestly, creating the results you want in life is simple, like these. Where in this particular month I'm sharing with you, I generated thousands of dollars. In this particular month, I generated over $9,000 on autopilot. And I remember taking a week off and not even opening up my laptop. Pretty cool, huh? Here's another quick example. Short 8-day run. Here's what I want you to focus on. 22nd of the month, $1,900 in a single day. 26th of the month, $1,700 in a single day. Over $4,000 flowed into my online account in 8 days. Earning money online and on autopilot, that, my friend, is freedom. So why am I showing you this? I promise you, right? I'm not bragging or boasting, okay? I'm not showing you this to impress you, but more so to impress upon you of what's possible for you. Of what's possible for you, and you have access to the online system I use. Because remember, I was stuck in the rat race not too long ago. And here's the thing, when I got started on the internet, I didn't know a thing about how the internet worked. In fact, maybe you can relate to this. The only thing I knew how to do when it came to the internet was take pictures of my food with my iPhone and upload it to my Facebook page. That was the extent of my online expertise. Any of you do that? Because that was me. That's all I knew. But you know what? It didn't matter. It didn't matter. I'm a true believer that as long as you have the will and desire to change, and you have a goal and dream in front of you, and you have access to the right vehicle, you can accomplish anything. So, real quick income disclaimer. Just because I'm making thousands of dollars a month here, it doesn't mean that you will, right? Some people make no money at all. Some people make good money. Some people make a lot of money. Your results are entirely up to you. Your mindset, your attitude, your commitment, your determination, your ability to be coachable, trainable, and teachable, that will determine the height of your success. And this is one of those universal laws that you can just apply to anything, right? But we're talking about business, so apply it to that. So I'm going to go over 3 secrets, and these secrets I can attribute to having a big part of my success online. And once you apply these, and I've seen them applied over and over and over again, and the results are undeniable, right? It works. So secret number 1, how to have the internet work for you rather than you work for it. In other words, because the internet doesn't have hours of operation and it never sleeps, if you can have the internet work for you, you can actually, right, get results around the clock. Secret number 2, how to take things you already do on social media like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and things like that and monetize it, meaning turn it into an income producing activity. And secret number 3, how you can leverage a 95% done for you system to earn ongoing and big ticket money. So let's talk about secret number 1, how to have the internet work for you. The best way I can describe this is to share with you a quick story. So not too long ago, my wife and I, we hopped on a plane. We decided to go to Maui for like about a week and a half. So we jumped on a plane, and in fact, as we were leaving Honolulu, I snapped this picture outside of the window. It's a great picture because that's Diamond Head. See that round crater over there in the picture? That's Diamond Head. It's actually an extinct volcano. I don't know if a lot of people know that. And to the left there on the coastline, that's actually Waikiki. You can see there along the left-hand side, all the way to the left-hand side of the picture, that's the Waikiki coastline. Pretty cool, right? So we're coming into Maui, and I snapped this other picture. This is called the wind farms. This is all those huge, big, massive windmills. and they generate electricity for different parts of the island. So we get to Maui and we go to the Wailea side of Maui, right? We check into, I think it was the Marriott, and I got to share with you this picture. It's so awesome. Look at that sunset. Infinity pool, right? Beautiful sunsets there. And we just had a blast. We just had fun. We had some friends that were traveling with us, and we just had a blast. And then after that, we made it to the other side of Maui, which is the Kapalua side. It's past Lahaina. And we checked in at the Ritz-Carlton. Beautiful, beautiful hotel, right? It's a beautiful resort, 5-star. And in fact, this is where they play the Mercedes Championship. So after the Sony Open, they have the Mercedes Championship. You can see the golf course right there in that picture. But I want to play this quick video for you. I want to show you this. Now, the whole time we're there, and by the way, it wasn't very crowded, so we almost had like a lot of the resort to ourselves. But we really got to kind of take just take our time, create memories. But here's the thing I want you to realize. Because I had an online business, right? The internet was working for me rather than me working for it. Here's an example of one of my Facebook ads. Here's what I want you to focus on though, right? Because I had this ad running while we were on that trip. And the whole time we're enjoying ourselves, creating memories. The internet, right, is working for me. This ad is running, targeting thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, thousands of views. And I don't have to do anything. The ad is running on the internet and it's working for me. Pretty powerful, huh? I'm not even touching it. Secret number 2, how to monetize what you already do on social media. What I mean by this is you probably are taking pictures, right, and you're uploading it to your Facebook page. That's me, in fact. That's a picture of me in Halloween. I was the geek. My wife is Wonder Woman, right? You're taking pictures of your food and you're uploading it to your Facebook page. You're taking a selfie somewhere, right? You're checking in. You're liking, commenting, and sharing other people's posts. It's totally cool, right? It's a social media platform. But let me ask you this. Anytime you made a post, uploaded a picture, did you have money being transferred to your account from that activity? Probably not. Probably not. But let me show you this. This is one of the videos I uploaded to one of my Facebook pages. It's a business page, right? But look at this. Look at the engagements under the picture. 24,822 people reached. 1.3 thousand engagements, right? They liked it. 255 shares. And this was a short run. This is only like after a few days. Here's the thing you need to realize. In business, in marketing, it's a science. It's not some kind of voodoo thing, right? It's not some kind of guesswork. Marketing is a science. And when you understand it as a science, you can break down things mathematically. For example, when I run a Facebook ad, and by the way, this is probably the simplest things we can teach you, okay? We can teach you how to run a Facebook ad. And based on the metrics of that ad, that means if someone likes your post, if someone likes it, if someone comments on it, right? If someone clicks the link, if someone shares it, anytime there's an engagement with your ad, like this one here, okay? We can equate that to a dollar amount, to a dollar figure. In other words, how would your day change? We could show you how to create a post, like a video, post it, and anytime someone liked it, anytime someone clicked on a link, anytime someone played that video, we could actually show you how you can reverse engineer that and actually equate a dollar amount to that action. So what if I was to show you anytime someone liked your post or they clicked on your link or played your video, you generated $5. Now I know that one payment of $5 that went into your bank account is probably not going to change your life. It's probably not going to rock your world right now and you can go quit your job. I totally get it. But if I could show you mathematically and scientifically how we can reverse engineer this, where every single action from what you do on social media inside of your business on the internet equates to a dollar amount, and I can show you how to make $10 from every action. And let's say that equaled, I don't know, let's say that equaled $50 a day. Now, Would that start to make a difference financially in your life? If you could make an extra $50 a day, what if I could show you how to equate that into $100 a day? Now, would that start to make a little difference in your life financially? How about from $100 a day, maybe show you how to make $500 a day? Would that start to make a difference in your life? You see what I'm saying? It's turning this into a science, because marketing is a science. And once you understand this, you can literally dictate and write your own paycheck. It's a powerful, powerful skill set to have. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, says that. You need to find a way on how to create passive income. That means money coming in with no corresponding time going out. That is the key. Because if you don't, you will always trade your time for money and you will never, ever be free. Secret number 3, how to leverage a 95% done for you system. I have a case study to share with you. Case study is called the Pocky case study. Now, Pocky is actually Eric Pocky Morgado, right? We call him Pocky, that's his nickname. Pocky was a full-time firefighter. In fact, when I met Pocky 3 years ago, he was struggling. He was working 3 jobs and still struggling financially. Now, the great thing about what Pocky did was he saw this system. He got started in the internet, he saw the system, and he leveraged it. He went in and he got started. And he started leveraging the laptop lifestyle system. Now, the results of this study is pretty amazing. Okay, so 3 years later, Pocky's retired. Okay, he's fully retired. He went from full-time to part-time. He leveraged the system, meaning he let the system do all the heavy work, all the heavy lifting for him, and he earned while he learned. See, Pocky's one of the greatest people I know that is a student of the internet, the student of the business. He's like so knowledgeable about this now. But when he got started, he was like me. He didn't know anything. He didn't know anything about the internet. But honestly, it's not rocket science. If he can do this, you can. And today, Pocky's being able to travel around the world, fully retired. He's traveling with his family, and he has 6 Saturdays and a Sunday, and he's inspired to help others do the same. I've seen him speak in front of, on stages, inspiring, tons of people. It's really, really cool to watch. But this case study, I can show you a number, just countless case studies like this of people who have gotten started, gone through the coaching, gone through the steps, and have literally changed their lives. It's pretty powerful. So why is building an online business smarter? Well, the numbers tell the story. 3,731,000,000. This is the total population of the internet. Now, I understand, right? When I throw this number out, you're probably thinking, okay, it looks like a big number, but I mean, how big is it? Because people don't realize how big a million is. Let me put this into perspective. If you were to count to 1,000,000 nonstop, right, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, it would take you 11 and a half days straight, 24/7, not stopping, to hit 1,000,000. How long would it take you to count to 1,000,000,000? Well, it's going to take you 31.7 years. 31.7 years to count to 1,000,000,000. So right there, that tells you 1,000,000,000 is a massive number. Now, when you're looking on the internet, right, and looking at the number of people online and having over 3.7 billion people online, my friend, that is a lot of people. Now, what are all these people doing on the internet to pass the time? Well, according to Alexa.com, the top 3 visited websites in the world are Google, Facebook, and YouTube. So don't take my word for it, but let's put this to the test. Which one of these websites have you been on in the last 24 to 48 hours? Has it been Google? Has it been Facebook? Has it been YouTube, right? Or has it been all 3? If it's been all 3, go ahead and type all 3 in the comments. Because I promise you, the majority of people online are on these websites, and they're on it every single day. So if you want to start an online business, if you want to start to generate an income online, and all the people, majority of people are spending their time on these 3 websites, doesn't it make sense that that's where you should be as well? Let me show you something. The components of what a successful online business looks like. This is the laptop lifestyle system. So if you're going to take notes, this is where you're going to want to do it, because I'm going to show you some really, really cool stuff here. Okay. And I promise you, stick with me here because it's going to start to make sense. Now, when you start a business on the internet, you really only need a few things to be successful. Okay. I mean, just get rid of all the noise and all that stuff you might have heard or people told you. You only need three things. The first thing is you need to have an online offer. That means you need to have something to sell that people are searching for and they're willing to go and spend money to get your offer. The second thing you need is this online funnel. Now, this online funnel here is special because this does all the selling and telling for you, so you don't have to be in front of your computer 8, 10, 12 hours a day. It does all the heavy lifting. It does majority of the tasks, so you can be doing something else. You can be at the park, you can be over at the beach, you can be having dinner. You know what I mean? You can be on a plane traveling somewhere, but your online business is running because this funnel is actually automating majority of the tasks for you. And the third thing you need access to is traffic, meaning online traffic, meaning the billions of people online. So what we're going to show you how to do is drive that traffic into your funnel. And as people come into your funnel, they're going to come in a very, in all kind of different ways, but they're going to come into your funnel and they're going to see your offer. And when they see your offer, they're going to buy it. They're going to make a purchase. And because that transaction happened in your funnel, guess what comes out the other end? Profit, money. This is called e-commerce, the exchange of goods and services for money. This happens every single day. You know what I'm saying? This is how business is done online. And the great thing is, this can be running around the clock 24/7 for you. Let's talk about the trends. If you can understand basically what a trend is the movement of money in the economy, right? If you can understand where the movement of money is happening, it's very simple. You just got to position yourself in the middle of that movement and you can get some for yourself. Now, the biggest trend out there is online spending. Forrester Research has been tracking this for years, and every single year, the online spending trend has been going up by the billions. Look at that. Look at that trend. 2017, right? By the billions. Here's the proof. Walmart, right, announced it's closing hundreds of stores. At the end of the last holiday season, Macy's announced closing a ton of stores, laying off, thousands of employees. In fact, if you look at the number of retail stores closing in early 2017, it's mind-boggling. Look at those stores and the numbers that are closing. Now, does that mean the economy's crashing? Does that mean no one's buying anything anymore? Of course not, right? Of course not. But if you look at these, if you look at these retail stores, they're empty. Why, right? Why over 3,500 retail stores? Why are they expected to close over the next few months? Why is that? Well, it's because companies like Amazon on the internet are killing it. That means majority of people are starting to shift their buying habits to the internet. Give you an example. Look at this. From 2004 to 2016, last year, Amazon experienced close to $136 billion with a B, $billion in net sales revenue. That's massive. This is an example. This is a prime example of how people's buying habits change and everything's moving online, right? In fact, a friend of mine was posted like a picture of a Radio Shack. They had a big banner outside. It said closeout special, closeout sale. Why? Well, because people just go online and order stuff, Did you know that when you check out and purchase something online, 90% of the time there's an affiliate that is making a commission from your purchase? Now, an affiliate is a person like you, right, that has a business. And anytime someone goes on the internet, right, and searches for something and they click a button to go buy it, you, right, that affiliate is behind that click. And when someone buys it, the affiliate gets a portion of that sale as a commission. And this is happening 9 times out of 10. And most people don't even have a clue, but the affiliates are making a lot of money. So what is digital affiliate marketing? Well, affiliate marketing basically was born on the heels of franchising in the 70s. They almost outlawed franchises in the 70s. They thought it was illegal. McDonald's franchise, Subway franchise, these kind of franchises. Today we have them all over the place. But back then they thought it was illegal. But basically what it is, it's just a successful blueprint that someone can pay money for, and they can copy it and get results, right? And then affiliate marketing started exploding as the internet started to grow, and you could basically connect to the internet from anywhere. So now affiliate marketing is really, really at the ground floor, getting ready to explode. It allows you to leverage other products or offers. That means it saves you time from having to create your own product or your own service. Just someone else already built it, It's proven conversions and sales. It's almost zero overhead because you don't have to warehouse the stuff. It's already taken care of for you. You can earn commissions when you produce sales. That means there's no ceiling you're going to hit your head on. You can go and just sell all you want and make as much money as you want. I made my first 6 figures online through digital affiliate offers. And let me tell you something, right? Someone like me who got started didn't know a thing about the internet, to being able to create a multiple 6-figure income online, being able to, have freedom, been able to have freedom of choice in my life is a powerful thing. And I am the first to tell you that if I can do this, there's nothing standing in your way of being able to accomplish the same, if not more, because today is even better than when I got started. How does it all work? Well, it's very simple. We position you as the digital affiliate marketer instead of the other guy, so you can start earning commissions 24/7. How does traditional affiliate marketing work? Well, this is what you need to do. Traditionally, if you're going to start a business in the digital affiliate marketing space, you got to get these tools. You got to get like autoresponders, like GetResponse and Aweber. Lead Pages, for example, helps you create these landing pages and registration pages. Webinar Jam, so private webinar platform. ClickMagic, right? It helps you track your stats and your metrics. Well, you're gonna have to get these and connect them and learn how to use them. Traditionally, this is what you got to do, right? And once you do that, then you have to go and find an offer to sell. Right? Remember that, right? That's one of the key components in starting a business online. You got to have an offer to sell. Well, this is where you can go to find what offers there are that you can actually sell. New Cash Network, ClickBank, Max Bounty, ClickSure, Commission Junction. These are samples, right? Examples of places that kind of house these offers. And then you can go apply to become affiliate, and you can find these. And once you find the offer, you have something to sell. So let me share my screen and kind of show you how this all works. So let me go to, in fact, let me go to my, here. Okay. Best Buy, bestbuy.com, right? Everyone knows what Best Buy is because they're one of the most branded companies in the world. So let me go to, this is bestbuy.com. Let me scroll down to the bottom here. And you see over here, it says partnerships over here in the bottom. I'm going to click that. Now this is bestbuy.com now, okay? And look what it says here, affiliates. See, affiliates turn website visitors into cash. And look what it says, guys. This is Best Buy, right? Earn money, earn money. Another one, Nordstrom.com. One of my wife's favorite stores, right? Nordstrom. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of Nordstrom.com, okay? And let's see here. Where is it? Nordstrom.com. Where did it go? Did I lose it? It's supposed to be right over here, unless they changed it. Might have missed it. Anyway, there's supposed to be like an affiliate thing over here. Am I missing it? Any of my moderators? I might be missing it. Let me go and refresh. No, can't find it. Okay, anyway, there used to be an affiliate thing here. It takes you there. Target, all right? Look, Target affiliates, affiliate.target.com. Click, right? And you can earn, right, 8%. Shows you can earn 8%. So when you look at this, you can tell that affiliate marketing is not this hidden secret thing. It's not this hidden society, secret society out there. Guys, it's all over the place, right? It's all over the place. So when you can go and see this out there, then you realize like this is a real thing. Let me go back to my presentation here. Okay, so once you kind of narrow down your offer, then you can match the offer with your audience. And once you can target your offer with that audience, then you can start making sales. So does traditional online affiliate marketing work? Yes, it does. However, there's a lot of moving pieces. If you're going to remember all those sites I showed you that you need to put together? Yeah, that's what you need to do traditionally now, okay? And in fact, most online offers pay very small commissions. Like I showed you, Best Buy, right? Or like even Target, you're going to earn like 8%. Now, that's not a lot of money. So if you want to make a lot of money, you got to make a lot of sales, right? Training and tools cost thousands of dollars. If you're going to do this on your own and do it the traditional way, you're going to have to learn this stuff on your own. You're going to have to invest in some pretty heavy duty training to learn this. And it takes the average person literally months to piece together their own funnel. Honestly, it takes people a long time. And the fact is that the average person gets overwhelmed and they quit. Yeah, they quit. It's a pretty daunting thing. Now let's stop for a second. I just showed you the traditional way of how to build an online affiliate business, which has a lot of moving pieces and a very steep learning curve. Now, I'm going to show you how to cut that learning curve by 95%, leveraging the laptop lifestyle system. So I have a quick question for you. What if? What if you had six-figure online marketers like myself who are automating 95% of this process for you? That means you had people like me who had already built successful online businesses that was scrubbing all the offers for you out there and helping find the highest converting ones, the ones that are going to pay you the most money, and basically handed you high converting turnkey funnels. Funnels meaning that's just businesses and websites that are already built, connected, right, and are running, and basically handed you those. Help generate leads for you, meaning hungry prospects that are looking for your offer. Did the sales presentations and trainings for you, handled the coaching calls for you, close all the sales for you, and all you had to do was follow the training, right, and learn how to drive traffic. In other words, how to access those billions of people on the internet. And we show you how to effectively have those people get into your funnel by clicking your link. We're going to show you how you can generate an affiliate link. And from those links, you can have people click on it and they come into your funnel. And when they come into your funnel, they see your offer. And because they saw your offer and they were searching for it, there's a match made and they make a purchase. And when they buy it, guess what happens? You generate an income. You keep the profit. That's your money. It gets transferred into your account, not mine. It goes to you. And all those moving pieces, right? All those emails, the autoresponders, the landing pages, the websites, all that stuff, right, is managed for you. So you don't have to learn all that before you start generating an income. You can start, right? You can earn the income as you're learning how to build an online business. That's what the laptop lifestyle does. It creates a situation where you can earn while you learn, because we manage the majority of all the tasks. So quick pulse check. This is where this gets engaging, right? You engage back. Because I gotta know, because I only can work with so many people. If this is making sense to you, type the word yes. Type the word yes inside of your comments. Just go ahead and type yes. That's all I need to know. Because here's the thing. I've learned this over the years, right? I can't make anybody do anything. In fact, I don't even know if you're a good fit, because I can only work with people who want to work with me. I can only work with people who want different results in their life and they're willing to do some different things. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, the people I've been able to work with, the people I've been able to actually help mentor, coach, and train, they're the ones getting results. It's not rocket science, guys. I've done so many different businesses out there. I had retail locations. I had all these employees. At one point, I had like 40 something, almost 50 employees. It's crazy. I've never found something as powerful as the internet to get control of time and money. It's an unbelievable thing. It's just amazing. So now it's time to get into the game. I went over the numbers, right? There's over 3.7 billion people online. I mean, it's not stopping too. I mean, it keeps growing. Every single day, there's more and more people getting started on the internet. It's pretty mind-boggling. I showed you why starting an online business now is critical, because you don't want to miss it. There's only a small window of opportunity here. And if you wait too long, the opportunity will pass you by. I showed you how to totally automate your online business, right? On how to leverage, a system that totally does all of the, most of the heavy lifting for you, majority of the tasks, so you can be out doing other things and your online business is running. And then I showed you the trends, right? How online spending is just exploding, and that's changing the face of retail. And the wealthy people position themselves in the middle of the trends, and that's how they make a lot of money. And it's so simple. You can copy them and get the same results. And then I showed you how to position yourself as an affiliate inside of the exploding online digital affiliate marketing space and start generating an ongoing passive income that comes in 24/7. And then I'm going to show you here in a little bit proof of people just like you who are making thousands of dollars online. So by now you're probably wondering, how do I get started, right? How much? Well, you have the opportunity to work with me. You have the opportunity to work with my team and my leaders. So here's what you're going to get when you get started today. You're going to be able to go through a new member orientation and schedule a live coaching call. And this is with a real person who's actually gone through the steps, gone through the coaching, come out the other side, and can help you get started. And this is probably the most valuable part of this, is that you actually be able to get on a coaching call. Because if you want to learn, for example, how to make $100,000 a year on the internet, don't go and ask someone who hasn't done it. In other words, don't go ask your broke brother-in-law how to do it, because he can't tell you if he hasn't done it. You know what I'm saying? And that's like a joke, right? That's like an example. I'm not bashing your brother-in-law, but I'm just saying, if you want to learn how to do something, find someone who's done it and is willing to teach you and help you to do the same. And this situation, this is what you got. You got people who are going to want it, who are going to help you do it. You're going to be able to access, all of our resource, like high converting funnels and registration pages, basically fully managed funnels that are already built. And as a bonus, you get to attend weekly live webinars, trainings, conference calls, and you get to, and because this is all over the world, we have people from all over the world accessing our training. As this bonus, we're going to include, you can access the replays. And gosh, there's so much value in this, because once you have access to this, it's huge, because we take you live inside of the training and we start to break down your business and we show you exactly how to scale it bigger. Bonus number 2, we're going to show you how to access our private group and all of our resources. We have a community of thousands of people. We're going to show you how to access that, okay, and get access to our group. And we have tons of resources in there. These 2 bonuses, right, we're going to limit to the first 20 people. Why? Because we only can take on so many. We only have so many coaches who can have so much time, and their slots fill up so fast. You're going to have to lock it in. You're going to have to lock your spot in. And for the first 20, we're going to include these bonuses. Now, the value of all this, if you add it up, is thousands of dollars. In fact, I'm very conservative when I actually show the value of this, but it's thousands of dollars. For a limited time, you have the opportunity to get started for just $99. That's it. One time, $99. And again, the bonuses are limited to the first 20 people. If you break down the $99, it's just $3.30 a day. This is not spending money, by the way. It's investing, because in a business, you invest, right? When you're out there just going shopping, you're spending. There's no return on what you buy. But in a business, you invest, you get a return. Now, I have a question for you. If all this did was put an extra $500 in your pocket every month, would it be worth it? Would an extra $500 coming in your pocket every month, would it be worth it if you got started? Absolutely, right? If all this did was enable you to pay off all your debt this year, if you could get debt free this year, you could get rid of that dark cloud of debt that's been following you for years, would it be worth it? To get debt free? I'm sure it would. And if all this did was allowed you to quit your second job or get more time back in your life, or allowed you to not stress out about work, or it allowed you so you don't have to bring your work home and work while you're at home, right? If allowed you to start to spend time with the people you love, if all this did was allowed you to do that, would it be worth it? I say yes, absolutely, right? So here's your next steps. Somewhere over here, right on the page, right, there's going to be an orange button. Click that orange button. It's going to help you. It's going to open up a page where you can create your account to join the success team. And I call it the success team because that's the goal, right? We're going to help you become successful. So you're going to click that orange button. Once you created your account, that will give you access to the laptop lifestyle system. It's a 95% managed process. Okay, you're going to get a welcome email, and it'll have your next steps to get started. It'll have your logins into the training site. It'll have all this. And it'll help you get started on your journey and start setting up your new career in the digital affiliate marketing space. You're going to be able to position yourself to create an ongoing income stream as well as huge commissions with high value offers. See, in any business, you want the ability to create ongoing income as well as big money. And this is going to allow you to do both. And the goal is to help you start generating an income online as fast as you want. Some people can do it really fast. Some people take their time. It all depends on you, right? People are coming in, and they're coming in at different skill levels. You know, maybe they had experience before on the internet. Maybe they don't even know how to turn on a computer. It doesn't matter. I have people in their 20s. I have people in their 70s. It doesn't matter, right? Our training is step by step, video by video, click by click. Plus, we do live trainings as well, right? We're here to help you do this. And honestly, don't think of your little town. You got to think bigger, right? Because the internet has no boundaries, right? You don't have to show your passport to reach out into another country. You're going to be able to start generating income anywhere in the world if you want. It's a powerful, powerful thing. Let's talk about disposable income real quick. Robert Kiyosaki, right, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, says poor people spend on liabilities, things such as cars, boats, furniture, things that drain money from their pockets, depreciates quickly, right? Depreciates and gets used up quickly. Rich people, wealthy people, invest in things that have an ROI, a return on investment, right? Things that will help them make more money and creates wealth over time. There's a big difference between spending and investing, right? Spending, like I was saying earlier, you get an ROI, a return on that investment. You see what I'm saying? A return on that investment. And that's what the $99 is. It's a return on your investment. And then I'm going to show you proof of people just like you who have generated thousands of dollars leveraging this system on the internet. And they come from all walks of life. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter where you've been. I could care less if you graduated from Yale or just got out of jail. I'm serious, right? Because this doesn't judge you. This is probably the best platform ever to come in that you're not going to be judged because you can wipe the slate clean. You know what I'm saying? And the system works. If you work it, the system works. I'm going to bring these people out here and maybe just have a couple few that'll share their story on the panel and how this has actually helped them. So I spent a lot of time going over all of the numbers, and I tell you guys, it's been great. There's a lot of facts and figures. I hope you took a lot of notes. And for the next, say, 15 minutes, I'm going to turn it over to the panel and have them share. So that said, let me get out of my screen here, okay? And, oh, not this one, this screen here. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. All right, I got a few people. Awesome. Is that Pocky Morgado?
What's up, man? Hey, I'm not sure. Did you tell him to click on the pictures to get the orange button?
No, the button's there already, buddy. Don't worry. There.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. Yeah, so anyway, what's up, everyone? Thank you for spending your time getting onto this presentation here, and I hope you liked it. Everything Ray said is true. If you saw that case study that he did about me, I've been running with him and leveraging the exact same system you guys just saw, and that you have an opportunity to get started right here, right now, today. So by now you should have seen everything, enough for you to get started, right? For this $99, click on that orange button. So real quick, I grew up here in Hawaii. I'm at my home office right here in Hawaii, and I was born and raised in a strong middle-class family, and everybody worked, and that was just normal. Everybody worked. I grew up seeing that, and so when it was my turn, I did the same thing. I got a job, right? I graduated college, right? I went to school, got good grades, and did everything I was supposed to do. And soon enough, I found that one job wasn't enough, so I had to get two. And whenever I needed extra money, I had to get three. And it wasn't unusual for me to work three jobs, and I didn't mind because that was the way life was. That's the way I was raised, and that's the only real skills that I had, because I wasn't an entrepreneur. I wasn't a salesman. I didn't know how to do the corporate corner office stuff. I was blue collar. I didn't mind, digging ditches or hauling stuff or whatever. I didn't mind working hard. And after 20 years of that, it started getting really, really tough. And I started asking myself, the questions like, can I continue to do this? Am I getting any closer to the financial freedom that I feel I deserve? That was the big question. Can I retire? Because that was the goal, right? To retire. Put in your work, put in the time, put in the hours while you can, and then retire. That's the goal. But as I was in it for over 20 years, just day to day, just grinding it out, I looked back at what I was doing, and I was trying to look forward to see what my future looked like, and all I saw was more of the same. And again, it's the questions that I was asking myself. Am I going to be able to do this? What else can I do? There's got to be something more, because if I continue doing what I've always done, I'm only going to get what I got. I decided to do something different. And I looked and I searched and I tried different things. I did the traditional network marketing multi-level thing where you go to your family and friends, and I did okay with that, but it was tough. It was another job. So I had like 4 jobs. So I knew the internet was the answer because I saw people using it. I saw people taking it and being innovative and making it work for them on the personal internet. I call it the even playing field, because it allows anyone with a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection to run with the big boys, to put yourself out there in front of people, as long as you have the right system. And what Ray's put together is the system that you can leverage to just do exactly that. Run with the big boys. And so that's what I did. And I've been able to quit my part-time jobs. I've been able to retire from my career as a firefighter. And I now live the laptop lifestyle. I'm living the dream, and I'm just loving it. And you have an opportunity to get started today for just $99, clicking on that orange button. So thanks, Ray. Appreciate it. See you. I got a coaching call coming up, so I got to get on that right now. So if you guys want to talk to me, go ahead, sign up, and I'll coach you up. I'll teach you what I've learned. So thanks. I got to take off.
All right, man. Thanks, Pocky. That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, and Pocky's a cool case study, by the way. That's real. And we have Lynn. Lynn, did you just get up from a nap?
Nope, no nap for me today. I actually took a drive down to Kahuku, to the North Shore. That's an awesome drive. But you know what? I was able to do that because I don't work a job. But let me tell you the reason why Dan and I got started. Actually, we're from Hawaii. And the reason why Dan and I got started is, you heard the term, right? Living paycheck to paycheck. Well, Dan and I, we live paycheck to credit cards. That's right. We lived paycheck to credit card. You know, we just didn't have enough at the end of every 2 weeks. So everything went on to our credit card. But one day, while I was at work, I had bumped into Ray. And, you know, we just talked for a little bit. That evening when I went home, I decided to jump onto Facebook. And, you know, back then I really wasn't a Facebook user because I had a hard time maneuvering through Facebook. But as I was scrolling through my newsfeed, I saw something he had posted. I got excited. I told my husband, Dan, hey, we need to find out what he's doing. And, you know, that was just 3.5 years ago. Now, back then, I was still working in retail. And, you know, in retail, right, during the holiday season, you give up a lot of time during the holiday season because that's when they need you the most, right? I remember during a Thanksgiving season, my sister said that, you know, she wanted to take my parents to a brunch for Thanksgiving. And I told her, you know, I can't make it because I'm working. So I sat down with my parents and my sister and I told her, I promise next year I will be at Thanksgiving brunch or dinner. I will be there. But you know what happened? That next year, my mom, she had already passed away. So I missed my mom's last Thanksgiving. I remember telling Dan, I'm not missing my dad's last Thanksgiving. And you know, we didn't. I remember taking him to a all-you-could-eat crab day, eating crab legs for him. And for me, it's special because when I was a little girl, he would peel crab legs for me. So that was a very precious moment for me. My dad, he had Alzheimer's. One day, Dan's sister, she heard that he was in hospice and she wanted to visit him. So that same day, I took her to see him. And you know, when we got there, he had a huge grin on his face. He had a huge grin on his face is because he recognized her, but he had also recognized me. Now, we're only there for maybe about 20 minutes. And as we were about to leave, he had called me to his bedside. He called me to thank me, and I knew exactly what he meant. Now, at that time, Dan had already retired me from my job. Can you imagine if I was still working, I would have missed it. I would have missed the last time he remembered who I was. You know, this business, it's given me so many opportunities. I was able to spend the last 6 months with my dad. I would have breakfasts with him. And you know, some nights I would go back and I would tuck him in. Now, I can never get that back. So this business has given me that. It's given Dan and I other opportunities to help other people, to travel the world, see new things, experience new things. I know everyone wants to make more money. Everybody wants more time. As we get older, we have less time, right? So click that orange button and get started with us. Thank you, Ray.
Thanks, Lynn. And you know, it's really cool. Lynn's been retired for a while. Her husband actually then gave his notice to work, so he is actually his resignation. So he'll be free here in a little bit. We've been able to travel with them all over the place, man. All these places, New York, Japan, all over the place. And when it's cool to have a life where you can have freedom and freedom of choice, but it's even better when you can travel with friends. You know, pretty cool. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks for coming out. And let's see here. Who's next? Nathaniel, you want to come up? Hey, buddy, what's up?
What's going on, man? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
I'm actually late night trip to Lowe's, which is funny because I'm standing here and I'm getting ready to do a bunch of landscaping at the house, and I'm looking at like all these trees, right? And it just kind of made me think. I wanted to share with everybody out there. I was talking. I had 2 coaching calls today with new members on the team, as well as I was talking with one of our existing members, and you know, they said something that kind of stuck out at me, and that was they were talking about how most people will like blow money on like new shoes or going out to eat on the weekends, you know, hanging out at the bars, the clubs, whatever. And most people will spend, you know, a couple $100, you know, on a weekend and not think anything of it. And on my Facebook wall today, I wrote this post that says, you know, if you want to live the life that you've always wanted, you're going to have to, you know, focus on some things that you've always avoided, right? And how those two things correlate, you guys are probably thinking, Nate, how's this correlate to trees, right? Well, two things. First of all, a tree starts out as a seed, and then it grows into something big and beautiful, right? Well, if you want to live a life that you've always wanted, then chances are you're going to probably have to do some things that are a little different. And one of those first things that I would suggest is investing in yourself and investing in a business. And just so happens you've came across this webinar tonight where I believe you're probably here for a reason. And there's a lot of people who might be taking this for granted. And, you know, I've heard Ray say this before. I've heard several, you know, speakers who train and coach, and they talk about opportunity usually only comes once or twice, and it's dependent upon whether you're going to take advantage of it. So what I would suggest is that you click on that orange button and you invest in yourself. You plant a seed so that you can actually turn into one of these beautiful trees, and you can have that life that you've always wanted and grow and build something that's actually going to be worth something, right? Like chase your passions. If your passion is traveling the world, if your passion is helping other people, then we have a community that is absolutely amazing and can help you learn how to do that. And if you want to learn how to travel the world and help, you know, other people, the first thing you need to do is help yourself, right? So, you know, I'm fired up, wanted to share that. But, you know, being able to market on the internet, for those of you who don't know, you know, I actually am in medical sales. And when I discovered this amazing opportunity, this amazing skill set, you know, I had a chance to be able to buy back my time. And that's what this community and that's what this skill set has provided me, as I've been able to make significant amount of extra income that's allowed me to be able to travel, you know, do the things that we want to do with my family. And I'm being able to buy back my time to eventually when my business is going to be the point where I can go full time and do this amazing skill set, you know, for like, that's my passion, right? So everybody has to start somewhere though. You know, I've been on this journey for about 3 years. And if you're looking at this and you're wanting to start this journey, don't hesitate anymore. Just do it. You got to jump in. If you want to learn to swim, you got to jump in the water. If you want to grow a tree, you got to plant a seed. So invest in yourself, click the orange button, get started right now. And like Pocky said, right, we had some amazing coaching calls today. We'll see you on the inside. We'll coach you up and we'll help you get started, learn how to live the laptop lifestyle. Appreciate you. Thanks.
Awesome. Awesome message, Nate. You know, it's really cool. I met Nate, I think it was like a few years ago, and met him at a big event in Hawaii. And this is a great thing about the internet. It's going to allow you to connect with people. And Nate's one of those people I was able to connect with, and we just hit it off because we came from similar backgrounds, very similar values. And, you know, he's become a really great friend of mine. And he's just crushing this thing online. And that's the thing about the internet. Once you kind of get started, you can really, really leverage this, and you can start making connections all over the world. Can you imagine the kind of connections you can make? I mean, we've been able to get on Skype calls with people all over from different countries, and it's just been an amazing journey. And that's what I love about Nate. He's been able to connect with people as well and just inspire them. So awesome, man. Thanks for coming out. And let's see, my wife is going to come out, Kara.
Hi, everyone. How are you? I am here. We just got here not too long ago in Vegas, at the Vegas house, and we are absolutely excited that you have joined us today. I know for some of you guys, you're brand new and you're watching this for the first time. For some of you, you have been watching this for a while. And I just wanted to let you know that for us, it's just been such a great journey. These people that you see below are our family, and they have been been doing this business and loving life, and we really want you to join us. My story is very simple. You know, I have been very blessed, and just like you, I've been taught that I needed to work hard, and I needed to be able to get the things that I want with giving time. That meant that I had to share that time, you know, with somebody else, building their dream, building their business. One of the situations was when I was pregnant with my son. I was in the delivery room on a call for work. So I was in labor and I was on a call with work. And right after that, as soon as I got up, I was on a call again. Or 20 days later, actually, I was back at work after a C-section. And it was all normal. It was normal to do that. You were supposed to do that. You were taught that, you know what, if you do that, then you will be successful. And, you know, I just believed it. And day after day, it got to the point where I missed things. Just like the people you heard below tell you, you know. I missed trips, you know, with our family. And then when we would go on trips, I would be on the phone. So I'd be missing out when I'm on the trip, when I did have the time, made the time. So what I'm telling you, and what everybody else is telling you, is that this opportunity, right, is like no other. I don't care what you've seen out there. I don't care who talked to you. I don't care what they're trying to look like or whatever. This business is real. And our dream is real. Our dream is to get people free. And that's really what we want to do. We want to make sure that we give you the opportunity to make a choice about how you're going to live, right? Now you can spend time in the morning, perhaps, just drinking a cup of coffee because that's what you want. To choose what day you can do that. Or you know what? Not having to have one trip be everything you ever going to experience. You deserve to go on trips a lot. You know, you deserve to go with us because we, you know, when you're retired, there's not a lot of people out there going on trips. So, you know, we would love to have you all there with us because it's fun. You know, where do you want to go? What do you want to do with your life? All we're doing is we're just regular people and we are giving you the pen, right? We're giving you the pen to design how your life is going to be. Start writing that down now, people. Push the button, make the opportunity to come with us and start designing your life because it's possible. It's so possible. And gosh, I wish I could just turn the screen for you and show you clips of how your life is going to be. Right? Once you give yourself the chance to do that. So thank you so much for being here with us today, and push the button, people. We'll see you on the other side. We love you so much.
That's awesome. So as you can see, actually my wife's just in the other room over there in the kitchen. I'm over here. But you know what? Here's the thing I just want to leave you with, right? You've been watching this for a little over an hour and you saw all the facts and figures that I threw out, right? I gave you all the numbers. Those are all facts. I showed you the big shift that's happening on the internet. Traditional retail is just hurting right now, right? And they're trying to find out how they're going to, you know, be able to adapt to the new world online. They're shutting down stores. And at the same time, you got stores like Amazon that is just exploding right now. You got the big guys like Walmart's closing stores, and then you have people, you know, the companies like Amazon, they're just killing it. Why is that? It's a shift. It's a major, major shift. And like every single movement in the economy, every single trend that's happened in the past, the people who had positioned themselves ahead of the curve, ahead of that change, were the ones that reaped the rewards. If we can go back in time and talk about every single major shift that happened, right? The industrial age, right? All the way to the, you know, all these different ages that happened. The people who had positioned themselves properly were the ones that created wealth generational. That means they created wealth that was there for generations. How do you do that? You get involved in the trend and you position yourself ahead of the curve. Right now is the time. But you're not going to do it by sitting on the sidelines. You need to get in the game. And that's what we talked about. So over there's an orange button. Somewhere here on the side, there's an orange button. Click the orange button, take action, start changing your actions in your life so you can start changing the results you're getting out of life. And I look forward to connecting with you. I look forward to working with you and helping make this year your best year ever. Let's go out and just make it happen. I'll see you guys on the other side. Ain't it great?